Hi, my name is Shelly, and I am in charge of the Inclusion and Belonging Committee at the AA Synagogue. I'm going to start with some letters from our amazing students in the Kesher program. Dear Rabbi Rosenthal, I think we need to help people with disabilities. We should add doors with buttons to push, to open, and an elevator in the synagogue. Sincerely, a concerned Kesher student. Dear Rabbi Rosenthal, I think we should help people with disabilities more. We should get automatic doors for people with wheelchairs or blind people from Noah. Dear Rabbi Sam, I think we need automatic doors for people that have disabilities from Andy. Dear rabbis, we think we need more ramps, automatic doors, elevators, and available service guides. Sincerely, Sammy, Lindsay, and JC. Dear Rabbi Rosenthal, we should get elevators because people that are old or do not want to walk up the stairs can get to the basement or balcony of people with disabilities. From me and Henry. I was so touched by these letters from the students that I asked to come in and speak with this class. It's the 2nd through 4th grade. And there are some things that are constant with each of these. All the kids noticed that we really needed to do better with people with disabilities. We needed to make them feel welcome. They were studying at the time, and they were studying Leviticus. Let's see if I can find it. You shall not curse the deaf, and you shall not place a stumbling block before the blind. You shall fear your God, I am the Lord. And these amazing students thought that they should tell our rabbis what we could do better. Now, our Inclusion and Belonging Committee started about 2 years before that, where we made recommendations to the synagogue to let them know what things could be done to make this a more welcoming, a more loving place for people that have challenges. Some of you read my story in the B'nai magazine. I grew up with a father with MS, and our synagogue had our sanctuary on the 2nd floor. And this was before ADA laws, ADA specifications, and my father couldn't climb the stairs. So the people at our synagogue chipped in money, and they made a stair climber for my dad because they realized that one person in our synagogue that could not participate in worship was one person too many, and that impacted the entire shul. I went around with these students all around the synagogue, and we looked at areas that we could do better. One of the first things that we realized was that there were no automatic door openers, and that's something that in our day and age the kids see everywhere. They see them at schools, they see them at hospitals. In every public building they go to, there are automatic door openers. And so our amazing staff have agreed to put our first automatic door opener in our new sanctuary. And I'm very excited to say this was facilitated by the students here, and we now have a grant from the Jewish Ability Alliance of the Jewish Federation, and we are gonna put an automatic door opener in our sanctuary. It will be followed eventually with exit doors and entrance doors to the building, but for now, our students have facilitated having one door opener put in so that anybody who can't open a door can now push a button and enter the sanctuary. I'm really proud of these kids, incredibly proud of them. But inclusion and belonging is beyond simply the physical modifications of the shul. And we have a lot of modifications to make. But I want to read the statement for our Inclusion and Belonging Committee. It says, Ahavath Achim Inclusion and Belonging Initiative seeks to empower people of all abilities by creating physical, emotional, and spiritual space so that all people that want to be part of our community feel welcome and belong. And I think that's an incredibly admirable and fluid goal. It's something that changes as we meet more people and find out what their needs are. I was speaking with Barry Herman today, and I showed him the list of things that we suggested prior to COVID. And I'm really, really happy to say that of the things that we asked to be implemented, that more than half of the physical modifications are being done, and a great amount of our emotional efforts are also being implemented. So an interactive Zoom session was something that we suggested. And look what happens every Shabbat now. For those people that come here great. For those of us that still stay home because either we are still concerned about being in groups, or people who have physical disabilities that honestly can't come here, we now have the ability to participate in Torah study from the comfort of our own home and the safety of our own home. I think that's absolutely amazing. And what I want to tell you now is that we are about to start a fund so that we can add modifications as necessary, that we can add new ramps if necessary, or add an overhang if necessary, things that would make life easier for people with physical challenges, create quiet spaces for people with autism. Amazing potential here, but we need the money to do it. So we are starting an Inclusion and Belonging Fund, and you can contact me about that or Barry Herman, and we'll be happy to tell you how you can contribute, because we want this synagogue to be a place where everybody, like my dad, if he was still with us, or my daughter Gabby, who most of you know, who has not only cerebral palsy and is in a wheelchair, but she also has autism. How do we meet the needs of these people and have them participate in our worship ceremonies and our rites of passage to make this the most inclusive congregation with the most voices heard ever? Thank you.